So, in my last Trailmakers video, I found out that you can get in the seat and then launch it, like, you can basically get teleported back. Except it's not teleporting, because you do move that fast, and I wonder if we could detach that and launch ourselves into space. So I think that the first step here is to, like, add some detachable blocks, but then I have no clue how we're gonna time this. Where are the detachable blocks? Are they down here? They are, okay. So we need to put that there and that there, and then that's gonna detach on right-click. So then we just need to go over here, press RF and then right-click. And we're going pretty fast, but that was just randomly right-clicking. And also we broke the sound barrier, which means that we were in air, which I don't think is going to be the most efficient. So now we're right here, like, right on the border between space and air. Like, if I go out here, it's space. If I go right here, we're right on this border. In fact, I bet I can move it even closer to it. Although I want to do this in the right direction, so we have to face that way. Build in this direction. Why didn't that do that? It used to be that the direction you were facing in is the direction it would build in, but it seems to be a little bit more finicky now. But yeah, now I bet that'll fall. Okay, so it did fall. Except it didn't, it detached because I had hit right-click in the builder. Okay. So then if I go like this, that's where I pressed right-click too early. Okay. And now if we go... You know what, we're just gonna delete both of these. So then if we try that again... you see, that time I didn't press right-click soon enough. Can I make a sensor that only triggers when I'm in the seat? Or would I have to use a different seat for that? Maybe? If I put a gadget, it's right here, distance sensor right there, is it just automatically triggered? Yeah, but what happens if I use... This is gonna get old. I'm going to make these... detachable. I'm gonna make these big scraps so I don't have to keep worrying about that. But if I use a go-kart seat, it'll both be lighter and in the seat, out of the seat, in the seat, out of the seat. Okay. So then I can repair this. I'm gonna connect this to these, but I'm gonna put these on a 0.1 second delay. So 0.01. I'll try 0.03. I'll try to be generous to it. Okay, so now if I get in the seat, it will detach me. And then if I repair it without the seat, without being in the seat, then it does that. So now all I should have to do is... Okay, so we need more delay on the detachable blocks. Okay. Let's try 0.1. Now, obviously, it's going to change with the distance you are away from it, but I think this is a good starting point. So if we go over here... you see, now that is too long. Only slightly, though, so maybe 0.6-ish? Not 0.6, 0.06. And then I fly back... You see, now that's too short. Oh, I've determined something interesting. So it's not based on when the timing is, per se, because I can hit repair here and get in the seat, and it does it like that. It's based on when I get in the seat. So if I repair it again, and then I press F a little bit later in its thing, then it detaches here. So I need to have it not be reliant on when I get in the seat, because that is the variable thing. What if I have it reliant on that, and then I have invert trigger? So that way, if I repair it, yeah, it'll do that. But then I want that on more of a delay. Yeah, so then I have that on a 0.13 delay. If I go over here, then what happens if I do this? Still too much, still not enough delay. What about a 0.5 delay somehow? I think that that's going to be way too much, but I want to see if it does it. And then... Okay, so it's somewhere between that. I just tried, and it's less than 0.25, maybe 0.15. Let's just reorientate ourselves over here. And then... It's more than that. Huh. What about just 0.2? I'll go over here, spawn it. Spawn over here, and then... No, 0.2 is too short still. I've tried 0.21 and 0.22, but this is 0.25 and it's barely too much, so maybe 0.23? Let's just see. See, that seems like too much. What happens if I can do it from further? Oh, so distance is a thing too. Okay. So I think to solve that, I'm going to have a distance sensor, and it also make sure that I'm in line with it, that is going to have a comparison gate. Where is that? Right here. And only if this equals... we'll make it brighter then, so that we can not be the exact distance, but only if it is greater than 25 will it trigger. Let's grab a light. Let's grab this light. You will be off by default. You will go into this, and it will not be toggle. Oh, I just realized that this is inverted. Invert trigger off. Okay, so now I can tell that I'm both in line with the thing, and if I walk a little bit past this line, it'll prove that I am... How far away am I? 25 meters. So that if I repair from here... Okay. Interesting, it wasn't consistent. I'm in the threshold, so I'm like right here. Repair. And now it does something. Huh. I've turned this down to 15, and I want to see if that makes it any more consistent, but if I go like this, and then that is 15 away. Right here. Then I repair here. Huh. So now I need to reduce the timings on the blocks so that it's in keen with this distance. Okay. So that I'm setting right on the threshold. Repair. No, that's too soon. I put that to 0.15. What about 0.2? I was at 0.25 before. Okay, so now if I walk into the distance, walk right in between, okay. And then I repair. Now that's too little. Okay, so now I can... And that's too soon. I need that to be on more delay, but it's already at 0.22. Maybe 0.24? That's 1.4. 0.24. Back up to this distance. Repair. Oh, that seemed to work. I don't know where it is now. But I saw the light flashing, which does worry me, but now I'm gonna try and respawn that and get in. Okay, so then that time it didn't trigger. Huh. If I try that again... Right there. Huh. I'm gonna try 0.23 then. Huh. Okay, and then... That just didn't trigger it. And And then I have to walk right here. That's just too long of a delay? Okay. I'm trying it 0.22. Now it's too soon. Huh. 0.23 is not soon enough. 0.22 is too soon. So, I don't know what the solution to that is. Okay. And then that just didn't trigger. So that says 2.22 is not enough delay. Get right into where it turns on. No, it says that 0.22 is... Well, 0.23 is too much delay. Okay, so... Yeah, and that's just too soon. Huh. I'm just gonna try it without all of the tech and see what happens. I didn't press right click fast enough? Okay. The further away I am, the longer I have to press right click. So from this distance, maybe not the quantum rudder, I was pretty sure I pressed it during that time. Huh. I'm not fully... Did I place that at the edge of gravity? I did. So the closer to here we get, the more gravity we have. Okay. And in the seat we have about 0.5. Okay. I pressed right click during that, it just didn't trigger it. Oh, I didn't mean to hold R there. Okay. Yeah, it's just... I pressed it during that, and it just didn't really work out? Oh, maybe that's because right-click isn't doing anything even now. I think it got jumbled. I'm gonna set it to left-click. Yeah, I'm pressing left-click and it's just not doing anything. Huh, I'm gonna replace those. Okay, so now let's try. I pressed right-click too early there. And you know what, I'm gonna put it out here, and then just pin it down, because I feel like having no atmosphere at all will be beneficial. I just have to repair it, go into build mode, and then move it down. Because anchor pins will pin to whatever they're currently attached to. If I attach them properly, that is. It keeps moving it up. Usually this works. I think I can just fix this with thrusters. Okay, I have two gimbals. I'm gonna set them to negative power. And then if I just press space. Okay, now we're locked in. So then if I go over here, now we can repair. Ah, you see that time I pressed it too early. Okay, now I just need to... Yeah, I keep doing it too early. That just didn't work, okay. I have another idea for logic. Because it... Okay, so it spawns in, it goes up, and then it goes closer down. So that means that we can program it so that when it's close enough down to be in the anchored position, maybe a little bit further, so it's when it's about to release, and when someone's in the seat, it does it. So now we have both of these, and then I should just need an AND gate. Or is that, right? No, that's an OR gate. That's an XOR, this is an AND. Okay. We need to put this into here, and this into here, and then this into here and here. Okay. So now, since it is being triggered, I can get in the seat and it should detach. Okay. So then if I repair over here, get in the seat, why is the front one no longer sensing something? Huh. Maybe I should have this at like 0.57-ish? Okay. I don't even know where that seat came from, but okay. I have to get back in the seat. I have to re-repair this, and then I can do this. Okay. And now... You know what? That's close to what I wanted. I just wish I could stay in the seat. If I try it all the way out here, what will happen? You see, now it's a little bit too late, which means that I need to make the distance greater. I have the distance at 0.63, so now if I repair here, now it's still just, like, stopping repairing just a little bit too late. Let's try that one more time before we change anything. That is close to what I wanted. And it still went like this, which is weird. Okay, I have it on 0.66 now, so 0.03 higher. So if I repair this... Okay, we're getting somewhere. I've now set this to 0.7, and I hope that that works. So we can just repair here. Go over here. And then hopefully this works. So close. Okay, I've set it to 0.75. I hope that this works, because we've been getting closer, but nothing yet. Interesting. What just happened there? Huh. I'm gonna try for a little bit more, maybe 0.8. And then go over here, but that was close last time. If I repair from here now... Okay, well, it did throw me into the ground, so I wonder if we could fix that somehow. But otherwise, it might have worked. You know, let's try that again. So it launches the character, but my seat broke. And, like, I'm getting pretty far away, because I was going pretty fast, but not how I wanted to. Well, I'm not using those anymore, so I don't need that. I don't know. Maybe that's because I was standing on top of this thing? I don't know. What happens if I repair just from standing here? Now that was a little bit too little. I wonder if, since I removed that, I have to set this to 0.85. Because I removed the gimbal jets, which makes it, like, less long. Okay, so now if I do it, it should work. It brought me halfway and kicked me out of the seat, which is interesting. It did that again. Why does it keep kicking me out of the seat? Huh. Okay, let's try this again. I set it to 0.9. It keeps kicking me out of the seat, and I can't tell why. What happens if I just do it from this distance? It seems like it's going to the stopping part and then stopping too early, which would mean that I need the distance sensor to be even higher, but I don't know if that's the solution. So if we look at this, it's repairing and then going down. Let's fully repair it here. Let's hope it doesn't fully break when I do this. We're repairing, and then it's deactivating, and then it's activating somewhere along the way. Do I really need to do, like, 0.95? As long as it's not activated at the start, we should be good. Which, it's not. Okay, let's try it like this. I didn't realize I was going to repair it there. Let's flip this around, and then go over here. You know what, that doesn't seem to be working, but I do have a different idea. So if we have this be like this instead, and then we can have, I don't know, maybe a few blocks back, this, and then I need to curve this, maybe one more, and then have a post here. Is that the right height? Yes, I think that is the right height. Then we can have it, when it detects the post, detach it. And then we can change the distance between this and the post as we like. I have to make sure that these aren't on make scrap, which they all are. And then I need to have these just basically go instantly, so I'm gonna just run a NOR gate into all of these. I'm just holding click and then dragging. So now we have that. And hopefully, when we pass by that, it'll trigger it. We might have to make it further out. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here. But there's at least one thing that could go right, so why not try? Why are you here? Of course it's gonna bind to you. Delete those blocks. I have to get back in this, get back out, fly back over here, and then I should just be able to... I don't know if that picked up. Something else I could do instead of having this convoluted system... I don't need to select all of that. I can just delete this, have this be invert trigger distance 50. So then if it's within these walls, it doesn't detach, but the second it gets out of them, it does. Although I think that that just breaks instantly. Only if I'm in the seat, okay. So that should be enough. Well, let's get rid of this pillar. Okay, so now it's not facing anything, so it should be fine. And I don't know if this is going to be the right timing, or if it's going to be fast enough. But if I go over here, prepare and get the seat, yeah, it kind of just stops before it registers. Okay. I think we can fix this by angling this way, so that it has to be 50 degrees in that direction, so it won't pick up on as much of this stuff. But it still will until a certain point. Yeah, so now it will trigger around here, but we're not going to have it there, we're going to have it up here. So it should trigger a little bit early. Okay. Almost. I think we can fix this by increasing this angle. Okay. Not quite. Okay, so I've switched it to a vertical sensor, so it's detecting the roof, and as soon as it stops detecting the roof, because it's at a 45-degree angle, it will go. But honestly, I think I should lessen the angle. I also think it should detect the floor, because I didn't realize that all of that roof was up more. So I'm gonna make it do this. Oh, we're gonna make it go like this. So then it is detecting the floor, but at what point does it stop? You know what, I think I'd better chance with the sideways design purely because, one, the roof on both of these extends out far. Okay, so I've switched back to this system because it just seems better. And now it has to be, it's going to release at, like, right here-ish, maybe a little bit further back. Yeah, it's going to release, like, right around here. And it's going to be coming from there, so it's going to release it around the halfway point, and it's going to be going towards here, so I think that that'll work out. So I have it spawned in there, fly over here, repair, and that almost worked. Oh, I kind of got it working. I didn't record that attempt, because I was just fine-tuning it, but it kind of worked. Okay, so we're going to go over here, go like this, fly back over here, and then repair, and it didn't work again. Okay, trying again. That kind of worked. I might try this some more on my own, but this is incredibly hard to tune. If you can come up with anything, let me know. But otherwise, the idea is here for you to try and fine-tune. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you wanna, and bye.